So hello everyone and welcome back to Legend of Grimrock 2, where, well, at least I could first of all go on and make you level up. And I think, because I really wanted to do it so that she would do magic as a secondary, like it would be, I think it would be way more useful for me to go for the missile weapons or throwing weapons. Maybe I'll go even for the throwing weapons besides just magic. But for now I think we will start with magic with her as well, so that there is that possibility. So let's just go and start it. Let's start with fire magic for you. I think that will be the choice you would prefer. But, do I need concentration to be able to use this? Or do I need the staff? I guess I gotta check that out. Well, I left the staff into the puzzle room, didn't I? There. I was thinking that that should be the right way. I'll just leave those. It's not that big of a deal to leave some of those knives and the like behind. This is not the way to go. Okay. How did I get out of here? I guess there is the door there, but I just couldn't see it. It's closed behind us. So I just have to press the button for it. I was already thinking, did I miss a button there? But it's sometimes, of course, when you try to go through relatively quickly, you do sometimes miss where exactly the button happens to be. So yeah, that would have opened the door there and opened then this back up for us, which is totally fine. And of course that life crystal is forever gone for us. Okay. So there's stuff here. Yes. So, let's see. Do I need to have... yeah, requires concentration. I should have started with the concentration then. I could load, but it's not that big of an issue. I can always go ahead and try to do that later on. It's not that big of a deal in the end, I would say. That's completely full, and this is indeed completely full as well. So, what Grimrock mentioned, that my idea about the full paper, well, rock, paper, scissors might be very much correct idea, but what he mentioned, that what came to his mind was that then maybe we should be putting the scroll as in paper to spot that it wins. So maybe this should be going to the rock going to the one that it wins, and so on and forth. Possibly. It is a very good idea, I think. That was it. So I was very close with it, but for some reason I just it didn't come into my mind, but it did seem like the very much the right idea when Grimrock mentioned it. And so it did. Ugh. Freaking A, you scared me so freaking much right there. Oh, I hate you so much right now. I hate you. He scared me and then I was completely... Ugh. Hey, maybe I should just load quickly and do this again. I'm not sure. On the other hand, we only need to resurrect him and we can do that. Sure, we lost a little bit of a extra HP that I wouldn't have had to lose, but... And like I was thinking that maybe I should take the concentration, but on the other hand, she wouldn't be able to cast any spells for the moment anyways, so... I guess that's totally fine. Ugh, stupid. So stupid Buck. Going and so completely surprising me. You are also a perfectly good question though. What do I wanna do with you? You could take accuracy. Some more even. You could max out the armor so that you would have even better protection. Doesn't seem to be that useful, but it would be nice. Nice enough. We could take some concentration if we wanted more of this, but I think we have a pretty good amount of energy nonetheless for something like 3 strikes. So I don't think it's necessary. Athletics would definitely be nice. Some more health and a future possibility of getting some extra carrying capacity wouldn't be bad when we are kind of low on it. Critical is of course okay, and so is dodge. let's go a little bit into athletics, I think. A little bit of extra health is definitely not a bad idea. And maybe I'll actually be ready next time when that freaking bug comes about. Maybe, just maybe. So, the Tome of Fire anyways, resist fire plus 20. Resist fire is 20, 34, 4, 34. You should be gaining it more though, so I guess I might as well give it to you. The cover of this book feels as hot as embers, chants and rituals are written on the pages, so sure. Then the scroll of dispel, lightning rod. Yeah, it automatically closes if I just do that. Somehow I had let even a lockpick there. Okay. But yeah, otherwise it was done correctly, but I was just being silly and not actually thinking of doing it that way around. Well, ochre figurine. Yes, so now we have one more figurine for us. All 4. And yeah, it's very logical assumption that these will be the answers we seek for the last puzzle. To be honest, I don't require, like, sure, I could use 2 swords, but I don't wanna use 2 swords. So I don't require that at all. I can pick up the stone and that though. Oh dear, I wish I had come up with that idea. Well, I'm sure that I would have eventually come up with the idea of actually putting them like that, considering I came up with, nonetheless, the idea myself that it reminded me of paper, rock, scissors and everything. But just at that point, at least, it just didn't come into my mind at all that that was the right answer. Not even remotely. I do definitely want to sleep before we even remotely go on and solve that puzzle, because we have no idea if again some enemies are gonna be attacking us as a result, which is, to be honest, kind of even likely. Let's just put everything of this completely out here, cause don't think we need them in these spots. Guess we can take the other lightning rod with us, even though I'm not sure when I'm actually gonna be using them. But yeah, some sleep first and foremost. Some nice sleep. At least you should have a very nice amount of hit points. 208 health, so it's pretty nice. 105, 115, so human has the least hit points though, when on the other hand you have a little bit more and you got just easily more health. Not a lot, not a very big difference for certainty. Okay, so I can walk, I can't fly. I'm the strongest and I'm alive. It's kind of interesting because the ochre figurines definitely could fit into the idea that he's the strongest. Tiny intricate tools have left their marks all over this figurine. They almost look like battle scars. But then this definitely should be able to fly after all. I can't fly doesn't quite work then. And I am the strongest. Well, maybe that's the snail, because snail definitely wouldn't be the strongest. Skeleton figurine definitely wouldn't be alive. You, I can walk. Both of these are... I can't fly. But you can still walk, so that's kind of my issue here. You don't seem... like, you definitely seem the strongest. But I think that you kind of can also walk, after all. So... not quite sure. Not quite sure if this is gonna be working out quite as well, because you, I would think, that might not be able to walk. But you would be like very positive, like you actually can. You are actually the strongest. Yeah, that's not the right one either. Maybe it is then something that is supposed to be exactly the ones that are supposed to be likely. I'm the strongest. Ochre would be the strongest. I'm alive. would be then, for example, Crowen figurine, maybe. Maybe. And then there would be I can walk and I can't fly. So here, I can walk would be, I guess, you, because skeletons can walk, and snail figurine would be here. Okay, is there a battle, or is that it? But yeah. Okay, that would have been the correct one then. So, nice. Probably a fight when we, for example, pick that up. Just a little quick save though. Let's have a bear belt. There's a lot of bear equipment. Vitality +2 and resist cold +20. This cloak made of bear skin has a musty smell even. It kind of feels it's fitting considering you already have a couple of bear gears. So I think I'm gonna give it to you. Just for that reason. But you do have to leave, give some other equipment to somewhere else. Oh, you can carry it a bit easily. So either when I pick this up or when I pick this up, there's probably gonna be something bad going to happen. Probably that is. Well, I'll just see. So what does the scroll say? Okay, there. This is going to help us. This is the things that we need to be able to solve those problems for getting to the archives and so on. However, it's definitely not quite clear still. Uhu ar lam te e na. Okay. They mean like 1 dot, 2 dots like that, and so on and forth. That doesn't make it quite clear to me still, though. Certainly doesn't quite solve it completely. Helps, sure, but completely solves? No. I think I can hear some sort of fire from there, but yeah, it's the mimic room. That's why I can hear the fires. There's a lot of fires there. Well, hey, at least I was thinking and hoping that we would at least get some sort of a clue. And this is a clue. It's just not quite as good of a clue as I might have hoped. I kind of like these figurines though. I would like to have them with me. Just because I do indeed like them. I like the look of them. Can you carry these? My good Sir Minotaur. I like them. I want them with me. They're my decorations now. And forever. 0.2 kilograms, so yeah, they don't fade a lot, which is good. I want them with me. Even if I probably don't need them anywhere anymore. Quite unlikely at that I would, but goodbye. What was this way? And just a room like this, yeah. Was there anything in this wooden box anymore? No. I guess I'll just leave it here then. But yeah, I was very close to the right solution, but just not quite. Just not quite. Yeah, that just takes us away. So this would be what we would have to try to solve. Then if we wanted to get into either the storage or the archives. The storage. Te uhuna pala na are flamko lamko. But I don't think we got all the solutions for that. Like uhu is there, yes. Te is there. Na is there, but pala isn't at all. So we can't solve that with this alone. Pala is definitely not here. And neither is farm. And I doubt that I could be solving this without those informations. And anyways, even if I have this, I have no idea how this is going to be working in here. That looks very interesting though. I really like to get it to myself. Uhuna are e te no lame. Lam e. Lam te. Yeah. So I think this I could solve with this, if that is, I have any idea how to solve this. What would this mean here in this context? That's such a perfectly good question. What the hell would it mean here? So, are those the... I'm like trying to look into the upper area. Are those somehow the columns, or how do I need to think this picture exactly? Does it mean that I would need to... That doesn't solve me that much, like... Would it... Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 columns here. This is in 3, like 1, 2, 3. So I was thinking that maybe I would need to write the uhuna are, like into this column, and then write the next one into this, and then this. But there is still these 4 here, but is there more or just on the storage one? There is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe that is where I need to put first this one, the start uhuna are. But of course it's just, what do I need to do into this? Is it... This definitely is not easy to solve. I don't know if there's going to be more clues into this or not. Well, there has to be some more for at least the storage, but that might be in the archives itself and not here. Anywhere else. I probably will have to cut at least a little bit when I'm just thinking about this, like forever probably. But let's see. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five. I definitely can't say that I'm even remotely sure about this. I'm thinking that I could at least here on top try something like maybe... Oh, this don't even press this down. Okay, so it's some sort of a pattern that I would have to somehow do here, because I can't even just press certain buttons down. That kind of makes it even more difficult, I would say. Would it then mean that I would have to start from here somehow? And then try to make my way into that somehow with the help of this? Maybe that's the directions. Like, because it's there, the uhu, I need to go here. But what does ana then mean? It's 2 dots. Do I need to go twice into that direction? Or what does it mean? That's a great question. And then the next ones would be are, and e. So it would be are and... Or does the ana mean that I need to do it twice? Possibly. Like repeat it twice, uhu, and twice, as twice up. And then maybe I would need to do are e, so twice left. No, once left. Because there's a goat there. Te, na. There's always like a, na, or e at the end of each of these. So I think that's how many times you need to do a certain thing, certain action. So lam backwards twice. Backwards twice. Ar, na. So... But I can't do left twice. But I think that's an idea. Nonetheless, that something like that I would need to do. But I'm not quite there yet. Because I and na have different meaning nonetheless than uhu, ar, lam, te. I'm kind of trying to figure out what means those two pictures on the left side and the right side of the uhu. Because that's also a great question to me. The other one is to the to the left like that round, and the other one is right like that round. Does it mean that you need to turn at a certain point or something? That could also be that you're not just all the time going straight like that, that you at the end of it need to turn. So maybe uhu would mean that you go once forward like this. Then you turn, and once more forward like that, you turn. Maybe. Then are would be once, are e would be once to the left, and then turn. But that wouldn't make really very good sense necessary, but well, I'll look this to the end. So te, na would then be once to the right. Lam would be backwards twice. I don't know. And arna would be left twice. No, definitely not quite like that. It's really difficult to completely figure out how this is supposed to be. I would assume that this has to be the starting spot though. Uhu would be forward. And then it would be twice forward. Maybe after this you're supposed to turn. Maybe. And then na, ar, e would be the left once. Maybe you don't turn in this situation. And then there would be the te, na. So then it would be right once. And no turning. Then it would be lam, so backwards once. And then arna, as in again left once. And twice. Because it's not just once but twice. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking it more difficult than I should, but it's difficult. It's definitely not easy to figure out exactly how this is supposed to do. Or maybe I should just turn around when we do the left and the right, because those pictures are on the left and the right. And then I should pay attention that I need to, when it's ar, I need to turn to the left, and when it's se, I need to turn to the right, as in turn left or turn right, like that. Maybe. Okay. Uhuna, twice forward. Then there would be the ar, e. So I would... Should I just turn around once and not actually move? Maybe. But then te, na would mean that I would need to turn twice like this, which doesn't exactly make it that sensible, but I'll try it first like this. Lam e would be backwards once. Ar, na would be indeed just turning then. So yeah, it can't be quite like that. But I think that we are possibly in the right path. Possibly. Let's turn. Tehna would be then the right. And maybe twice like this. And then lam once backwards. And then arna would be... I can't go left though. Ay, it's so difficult. It's so very, very difficult. If only I could... in some sense it would be easier if it would be something like those. But it's not. I need to just figure out the exact way I need to do the pattern here. And there's no exact clues when I'm doing something right. Or if I'm doing something wrong. Uhu still, I think that would have to mean forward. Lam would have to mean backwards. Ar and te would have to mean left and right, I would think. Then it's just a question, does it mean that there needs to be those turns or not? And it would make sense that if there's an e in the end, you have to turn once left. No, you have to do it the action once, and if there's na, you have to do the action twice. That's what I would think, that it makes sense. I'm almost tempted to go back to the forest and test out the ar e uhu go ar e uhu e combo there. That would it have led me to that chest, or what? What would I need to interrupt for it to be making me find that chest? Because I have at least that still up. So ar would then be like from that sign, it would have been meant once to the left like this. Uhu ko. Of course we have no idea what ko would mean, but it could be like 3 times forward maybe. Then it would mean again once to the left. And then once to the forward. It could be leading me to a chest like that. Possibly. I think it's a chance that it would have done it. So maybe turning is not what I needed to do here. But 2 twice forward. Once to the left. Twice to the right. Once to the back. And twice to the left. That was it! Now that I just thought about the other one, I figured it freaking out. Ooh, that... I didn't even expect myself anymore to figure it out, but now that I just went with the combos that I thought that it would be and tested it out with the other stuff, I actually freaking made it. I don't know. Turtle egg for you maybe? You're pretty hungry anyways. You could eat something too as sauce as an idea. Eat fish. You might like a fish. I did it! I'm so surprised that I actually managed to do it though. In some sense, I'm real surprised that I did actually manage to do it. This is freaking the archives. That we also required. A letter. Dear visitor, made it this far already? Splendid! Sealed in this vault are the fragments of a tale that tells a pilgrim from Xafi. My father passed the story to me, and now it is my time to pass it forward. The Xavi were the interesting type of a merman or some sort, I think. Interesting. Maybe this isn't a very big place then, considering. Lots of fires though. More letters. Okay. Interesting. Let's just drop that scroll there. Then he looked at the path leading to the burning hot desert he called home. Okay. Very intriguing. No. I'm so happy that we even like made it here. Now, I actually figured it out and I don't think I have to be taking anything away from that. He began traveling towards the frozen tundras. The sun was setting. Who can carry this all? To be honest, maybe you should be using it. We anyways like should be using some of these items after all. It also requires concentration, the special attack though. So yeah, I need concentration for you, clearly. More than just a little bit. But the answers lie in the cemetery answers lie in here after all. So this is definitely answers to that. Finally the Star of the North came to lead the way, and he continued walking along the path. I guess this means the order that I would need to be moving that one thing. This is actually a really small place in the end after all. Let's see, what order would this then be? Finally, that should be the last one. Then he looked at the path leading to a burning hot desert he called home. He began traveling. I could assume that. He began traveling towards the frozen tundras. The sun was setting. Then he looked at the path leading to the burning hot desert he called home. Finally, the Star of the North came to lead the way, and he continued walking along the path. That doesn't exactly solve the cemetery to me yet, at least, but I assume that has to be the answers for it. No more answers here though, I don't think, right away. Let's just do a quick save. Right about now. I do not see any other things here.